Brews and Banner Podcast. Brews and Banner Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got, juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
My question to everybody is,
does Delaware have an actual culture?
This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Yeah, hats is hard for me, yo.
I'm
gonna try.
Hello, baby, I'm that fellow that wanna see you move and shake you like
Hey, Rob, so what?
Hey, you over there with the drink in your hand. Why don't you come over here and have a drink with me? What should you plan to show all the ladies in here? Tell me you a seminar with all the kids.
Whoa, that sounds like some robot. Some Missy Elliott.
Yo, you're gonna have to get young Josh on one of these verses and do a remix of one of these.
Yeah. What up? All right. Yeah. What up?
Rob, do you?
Take two.
Brews and Banter Pot.
He gonna tell to shut the fuck up while he doing it.
What up? Welcome to Brews and Banter Podcast, where the topic be the rocket and the brew. Well, that be the fuel. And I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, these niggas here.
eating chicken.
The Legendary Brew Crew, eating chicken live and direct on the podcast.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, everyone? Hello, everyone.
Hi. Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you all, too.
Happy Father's Day, fellas. Yeah. Yo, shout out to Rob and his bright ass light. You see how clear that nigga is? Look at him. Ooh,
he got a shine spot on his forehead.
You see circles in his eyes. Look at him.
He got a shine spot because the light is hitting it like right there.
That nigga gonna be sweating bullets by the end of this.
Oh, I can see the circles in his glasses. See it? You see him?
Yeah, he look like R. Kelly. I'm a flirt.
Now, is it one light or is it two? It's one.
It's one. It was part of my Father's Day gift. A new tripod.
Nice.
That can hold my my tablet and my phone. So if I want to really do TikToks and other YouTube videos, I'm like, man, we're gonna smash that like button. So I'm gonna get into it now. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm about to have a YouTube channel about something.
Okay.
Make it about curtains and shit. Don't nobody care.
Right. Exactly.
Somebody listen.
Do challenges and shit. That's good. First we're gonna do the eat not cinnamon challenge, but that's
remember that?
I never do that. It's kids. Never ever.
He gonna snort beer.
Ooh.
Snort beer challenge. Everybody be doing their challenge because that's dumb.
Yeah. This is episode 76 of Bruising Banter Podcast. I want to welcome everybody here. For those who've been listening to us forever, thank you for listening. For our newcomers, what's up?
Okay.
Enjoy
the That's my boy. I hope everybody had a good Juneteenth as well.
Yeah.
So it was Father's Day weekend. Once you pass this, when it drops on Tuesday, Father's Day would have passed. But happy Father's Day to all the listeners as well.
Yeah.
Hope you had an awesome Juneteenth. Did some parades, did some barbecuing, some cookout, some spades. I heard. Listen to some black music because it is Black Music Month as well.
Black Music Month.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
you
all
had,
Yo, Lil, sit your ass down.
All right, though.
Where's he going?
I don't know. He hungry or something. Look at him.
Multitasking, man.
Sit down, brother. Sit down.
He like his
all good, man. Stop. Don't worry about it.
Don't nobody want
I'm the background stalker. I will stalk a background.
Well, we gotta worry about you because when we say what was you drinking today, fellas, and he like Lou? Lou? Lou?
Oh, that nigga's drinking air.
I'm gonna call Lou's mom. I'm just gonna call her Mama Lou for now. You know, just gonna call her Mama Lou. Mama Lou's Wi-Fi working good though. Mama Lou's Wi-Fi is in full effect, baby. Hey, we had no mess up.
Right.
Oh,
love my mom. Wi-Fi.
Yes.
All right. As always, before we start, I need to know, what are we drinking today, fellas? Yo, what you drinking?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking to me? That's me. So what I got is from Evil Twin Brewing Company, and this is the Kiwi Coconut Fizz, and this is Weissen. Weiss? A Weiss? Is that how you say that? Weiss?
Yep.
It's Weiss.
Oh yeah, Weiss L. With kiwi and coconut. This comes at a 5% alcohol by volume, and this very sweet. Okay, and this is what it looks like here. A little on the hazy side. Yeah, it's really really hazy actually. I thought it was my glass at first, but it's but yeah, it's real. It's just real sweet. You can taste the coconut. You can taste the kiwi. The fizz, I don't know why they call it fizz, because to me it ain't that carbonated. It did have some head on it when I poured it, but it's not. I would expect it to be like one of those clear your throat type Jones.
Right.
It's not. But it's good. And I would pass me another one of these. And I'm upset that I don't have another one, okay, guys? So this is one of the ones I had on the side too. So on the side, as my second beer was from, is a Stillwater in a collab with Stillwater and Evil Twin Brewing Company. And this, I only got it because it was some weird shit. Like, I like to taste the weird shit. So you see the big ass piece of meat on the front of the can, right?
Right.
So this is Imperial Stout with molasses, sea salt, and beef jerky. All right. Yeah. Yep. And this is a 12%er. Yeah. And I saw your face. Though. So this is
that sounds special.
Yeah, this is what's the name of it?
What kind of beer is it? Like what style?
It is
stout, right?
It's a stout, yeah.
You said stout, okay.
Yeah, Imperial Stout. Yeah. But it's called in turf. There's no surf. It's just in turf.
Oh, in turf.
Yeah.
Dad, what are you drinking on?
Oh man, I am drinking on a watch the wordplay, a cherry Seinfeld. This is a stout. This is a lighter body stout. Some of the characteristics.
What's happening to you? We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
There you go.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. Now it's my turn to have fuck ups.
Oh no, I think because you turned away. You turned away from the camera.
Okay. This is the cherry Seinfeld out of Manitou Brewing, out of Manitou Springs, Colorado. We'll get into, how I was able to obtain this later, but this is a like a lighter body summer stout, they call it. The flavors and characteristics is chocolate flavors, finished with dark cherries, and this comes in at 5.3%. Nothing special on the can, just a label. But shout out to our good friend and I guess you would say guest, Vince, came on the show, who was in Colorado all last week and picked up a few brews for us out of the Colorado region. So this is definitely a pass me another. I'm being blessed with all these glasses. I got a Father's Day gift glass from Lou a week ago. Now I'm drinking out of a vintage Debonair and the Great Bruising Banner Pilsner glass that I got today. The etching is a little hard to see with the brown, but I'm enjoying this crowler right now.
What does say your name on there?
Yeah, it's got the great on there, baby. Yeah, it's
the That look like a Guinness glass. You know the good.
Yeah. Oh, and this thing is delicious. This beer is delicious.
All right, Lou, what you got?
I got the strawberry lager from Abita Brewing Company out of Louisiana.
Okay. Louisiana.
That was in honor of Juneteenth. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. It's a 4.2, but it's a lager mixed with strawberries from Louisiana. It's very good. It has a subtle taste of the strawberries in the back, but it's more of a lager. You can taste that in it. This is what it looks like in the glass. Yeah, it's good though. Pass me another real light, refreshing for a nice summer Sunday.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Why is it hard to answer the phone in the bathroom? Because the P is silent. What are you drinking on, Rob?
What?
That
was a horrible dad joke.
That's what it's supposed to be. What are the good dad jokes?
What the fuck? What?
I
didn't get that joke.
I got more.
I want to understand.
Why is it hard to answer the phone in the bathroom? Because the P is silent. The P in phone.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
You're in the bathroom.
What do they call a home?
I got it now. It's a horrible joke, but I got it.
What you doing today?
Oh, so you're just going to direct the dad jokes out.
I think that was great. He said, "Quick, let me insert joke. Bam, shoot it to you, Rob. Bam."
The annual Father's Day episode, but the last time we had one, I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, dad jokes. You know how? Remember, even Black History Month. That's how he do. Bam.
Right.
Shoot a fact. Bam.
Here's a fact. There you go.
Gotcha.
What you drinking on today?
I am drinking from Cushwa Brewing Company. It is called Indian Winter. It is an American porter. It's brewed with coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla. It's 7.4% alcohol by volume. They are out of Williamsport, Maryland. They actually are one of the breweries that are participating in the Weathering Souls Black is Beautiful beer initiative. So I was like, let me try to go and support. And this is what it is. It is a porter. It's pretty dark. You can't even see the Brews and Banter logo.
Woo, right on in. Black on black on black. Blacks on blacks.
Black on black. Blackity black.
For real.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to CB4.
What a dope movie to shout out.
Well, that movie underrated.
It's underrated. The movie is supposed to be almost a classic.
Right. It got better with age. But I enjoyed it back then too, though.
I did too. I liked it back in the day. It still was dumb though.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was about with the big biscuit.
Yeah, certainly eat your big ass biscuit. Yo, I said that one time and Kelly was like, "What?"
Right there. You should have shown it in the video right there. Education woman.
How do you weigh a millennial?
How, Rob?
In Instagrams.
Oh. In Instagrams. I like it.
I like that one.
That was good. That was good.
In Instagrams.
I wasn't going to jump in there but I was like, as we just did something. Why not?
Why not?
I got one. Why don't AIDS tell jokes?
Because they be cracking.
They crack each other up.
I know something with cracking it. I got one. Why did crackhead cross the street?
To get to the crack?
They're crackhead! Say no.
Off the top of the dome.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why I don't trust stairs? Because they're always up to something.
That's a good one. That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a giggle right there. That's funny.
That was a good one.
It is Father's Day, and being for fathers on the podcast, I was watching a documentary on, I guess it's Apple Plus. I guess it's Apple Plus. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Apple Plus.
I think so. Yeah.
And there's a documentary called Dads, directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, obviously Ron Howard's daughter. But it had some celebrities, but it also had some real life dads on the documentary, and it had a gentleman from Japan. Had two gay fathers raising 3 black children, or 4 black children. It also had gentlemen who, and some of them were stay at home husbands or dads. So it was very interesting. There was one gentleman, he has a blog, I believe. It's called Belief and Fatherhood. So it's been real popular, I guess it was. And I don't know if anybody remember seeing the one where the dad was in the mirror with his son, and his son had like a I guess like a something for his, I guess, his breathing or use the bathroom thing on his stomach, so he put it on there too. And they were brushing the teeth in the mirror. I don't know if anybody remembers seeing that. But he was part of the episode as well. The documentary. It was really good. And it had some celebrities on there as well, talking about fatherhood, like Will Smith, Kenan Thompson. What's the other guy's name? Judd Apatow, Jimmy Fallon, and Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien.
Conan. The hair guy. The guy with the late night with the hair.
Right, and also Ron Howard was on there as well, talking about him being a father as well as his son as well. It was very interesting. But one of the questions, and Hassan Minhaj was on there as well, talking about being a father, because he is the father of one. But one of the questions they asked everybody, and I want to ask you gentlemen as well, one of the questions that they asked everybody was actually, I guess it was a question, but it was like complete this sentence really. It was, a father is. And then they would say, what do you think as a father, what do you think a father is? And they had some unique perspectives. Some had similar themes, but I wanted to ask you 3 gentlemen, and we can start whoever wants to go first. A father is.
Well, to me, a father is a teacher, a protector, a smack the kids around her.
A disciplinary.
When necessary.
Yes.
Rhyming. Look at y'all rhyming. Disciplinary when necessary.
Yeah, that's how we do. We gotta get it for rhymers. I mean, like a father to me is like I don't know, like a father's a lot when you're being a father. Like now it is other things that I don't know. What I would rather ask a kid, what is a father to you? To see what they say.
Right.
But yeah, I really feel like the protector part and the teacher, because that's like 2 of the main things. I
totally agree with you, Yoda. Those 2 things. I also think a father is, in my opinion, a father is consistency. You always want to, the good fathers, like the 4 of us, like I really think the 3 of you guys are very great examples of dads. So shout out to you 3.
Thanks.
Appreciate you too, brother.
No problem. I appreciate y'all. But consistency, man, like we're always there. We're always there for our kids if they have different games, sporting events, band, dances. Like I see you guys there, like taking pictures of your girls, taking pictures of your sons with you guys. Like being a father is important, and it has to be important to the father in order for the kids to see it. And the kids don't really know until they really have children of their own, or until they're grown enough to see other parents of their own age. So I would say consistency. A good father is consistency.
Yeah.
Devin,
those you guys, I can echo everything that you guys said. Just to add to it, a father is a protector, a provider. A coach, but I also think that a father is also a student as well, because to be a good father, you first have to see it for yourself, and kind of to end up to be that example, and I guess also to be a student, you have to be a student of your, even to your child a bit, because you're learning some of the aspects or their experience as they're going through it. So some of it is just being, flexible, accommodating, you name it, kind of all those adjectives, because, as we all heard, there is no real playbook or rule book to define exactly what that looks like. So it's all about kind of being that juggler, so to speak, when it comes to being a father, being very just open to change and what comes at you, that you stay cool as a fan, and you kind of keep things in perspective or order, so to speak, because kids can be a bit flighty or emotional when they don't know how to do things. So it's our job to kind of be that kind of that ice cooler or that chiller to kind of make sure that they know that everything's gonna be all right, and be protected from as much as possible. So
right,
echoing everything that you guys said, though, I appreciate just you guys being good examples, because I think I've probably seen you guys all in action enough to take a piece out of your playbook. We all have different age groups in terms of our kids. And I always say to people at work, like, I'm at the very, very, first end of the spectrum, where, I hear people talking about, oh man, I'm writing that last check for, college, or I'm writing this last, I'm doing this or that, whatever. And this is good to actually know that that's something I got to look forward to. But again, for everybody here, we all have children at different spectrums. So I'm,
you know what I was thinking about?
Excited to see what
that's crazy. I'm the youngest on the podcast with the oldest.
Yeah, you was out there. You was out there at a young age, boy.
You was out there shooting the clubs early.
Y'all niggas waited until it was only 35 and up to get in the clubs. I was in there when it's 21.
That's right.
Right.
You was bootlegging extra hard.
Yeah. Now it was funny because thinking about the documentary. One of the two, and I guess I could say,
hold up, Rob. I want to interrupt you. What do you think?
You didn't say you.
Yeah.
Oh, what I think, and some of it's kind of touched you. I mean, you all touched on a lot of things in terms of consistency. Being present is always a father is present, no matter what, even if you're tired, and you coming home from a hard day's work and they're ready to play. You gotta be ready to play as well. And especially when they're younger.
Got a chance in an hour.
Right. You are the role model for you. If you have a son, you are the man that they look up to and see how to be a man. And for your daughters, they see a man and how a man is supposed to treat you.
A woman.
And so they're very important in terms of. So when I was watching the documentary, and this is what I think about, and obviously they're role models for sure. A father is a role model and protector and sometimes provider. And even if you're a stay-at-home dad, you're still a provider of something, even if it's not financial. You are providing that comfort, that stability, and all that. But one of the things that two people said things that were very profound to me, and one was Hassan Minhaj, where he said his father was a compass. So I guess it was like his true north in terms of how to guide and how to become a dad and how to be a true dad. So I thought that was pretty.
That's deep.
Yeah. I kind of like to piggyback off it. I think it is ever evolving. Like, I didn't growing up when I first was born until I was about 8. I had a great relationship with my dad, and then my growing up years until my 20s, I hated my pop, and now he's one of my best friends. Like, the evolution and the longevity of fatherhood, you always get a chance to be the dad that you always want to be. You just have to reach out to your children to be the dad. So all you guys who don't talk to your kids that are listening to this podcast, call your kids today. It don't matter that it's Father's Day. Like, you'd be the olive branch. You're the oldest. You're the one that brought the kids into the world, besides their mother, of course. So you guys reach out and be the better dad. Start today. Like, whatever bad things happened in the past with the baby's mom or whatever situation it is, man, just just go out and be a good dad, like, and just be there.
Call.
Even if they hang up on you, keep calling. Because me and my dad had that. Like I would hang up on him, like, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. And he was the first person I called this morning. So, you know what I mean? Like it can come full circle all the way back around. Yeah. So
because when he said that, when he said a compass, I was like, well, shit, I must be in the wilderness. Pops wasn't a good compass.
Wasn't a compass at all. He was a compass that go this way, nope, going the other way.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I got to see kind of it both sides too, similar to what Lou was saying. You know, I had that presence very early on, and probably up till about 3 or 4, that shift happened. Just the dynamics of our family and separation occurred. So I went through that phase of where it was like, Dad was at earshot or at some distance, but he wasn't, you know, in the household to where, you know, it caused that rift. But to Lou's point, it kind of came full circle for me too. And I think what it was is when I became, you know, an adult, and even I'm gonna tell you, you know, scripture was kind of one of those things that actually helped guide me. But it was reading scripture to say that once you start to look at the fact that we're adults and that you look up to your parents like they're superheroes, or like that they can do no wrong, and they're supposed to be like again, they're that superhero. But then when you become an adult yourself, you realize that they're just an adult and a human just like you, and it's like, oh, they got faults and flaws. They're not perfect. So neither am I. So you start to kind of, just kind of not sympathize, but in a way you start to look at it like, oh, well, you know, they no different than me. Even at the end of the day, when you kind of looked at them as this, you know, that kind of this super person that had it all under control. And I think that that's what, you know, you realize becoming a parent and an adult yourself.
Right, and I mean, I'm not going. I mean, he was there in the beginning. It's not like he was. Yeah. I do know who he is.
Yeah. But sometimes negatives can help you be. Sometimes the negatives can turn into positives, because if you see something wrong, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do my darndest to not do that. You know what I mean?
But that's why I was saying about the broken compass. The broken compass. Because I mean, he may have been a compass, but we chose just not to follow the direction he was pointing us.
Correct. Right. Well, and
it's the best thing a dad can do is like just do the opposite. Sometimes you gotta just do the opposite.
Right.
To be the best dad that you can be. So
right, and just like a broken watch, it's correct at one point. So I mean, there was at one point to get you right there. And another person who said something profound on the podcast. I meant the podcast, the documentary Dads. It was Will Smith, obviously Mr. Quotable himself. He said a father is a master gardener. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's pretty deep, because he went on to explain it, because he was saying that a farmer or a gardener, they plant the seeds and they help it grow. They help it grow, but you help it grow to be exactly what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Not what you want it to be. So you can't make a strawberry plant become a cucumber plant because you want it to be a cucumber plant. You have to water it and let it grow to be the best it can be.
Right. They got to be a strawberry. They got to be the strawberry. Right.
And I was like, yo, that's right there. That's a bar right
but
there.
I'm going to tell you this, having the oldest child out of all of us, sometimes them vegetables and them fruits don't fucking listen. Okay? You can try to help them grow to be the best fruit that they can possibly be. But sometimes you gotta let them grow.
Well, Yoda, let me ask you this. Like you've been teaching him, and you've been his dad for 18, 19 years. And is that rebellious time where he's just like, I got it. Like he think he a man, like that 18-year-old style. But in the back of his mind, he know.
He listening.
If I got a real question, I need some help, I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna call, you know what I mean? Like you taught him well enough that he gonna make mistakes on his own. He gotta be a man on his own, but you always got his back. And I think that's the hard part. Like, and it's for you, like he always been listening to me, and now he think he grown, he ain't listening to me. And it's like, what the, like, I'm telling you, bro.
But like I told, I forgot who I was talking to. We was having a conversation. And so I don't even remember what it was exactly that had to do with my son. But they was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, I don't know. And I said, because this is my first time having an 18-year-old. Like, I grew up with this nigga. Like, at the end of the day, we grew up together because I was only 20 when I had him. And so it's like, this whole time, I'm still growing up as you're growing up. So it's like, yeah, I don't know what. I'm like, yo, this is my first time having a 17, 18. I don't even remember how old he was at the time, but I was like, this is my first time having a 17-year-old. I don't know. I was just had to figure it out. Like, but I say that because Dev said there were students too, and that's what I was thinking when he said it, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's true, because I had to figure out how to maneuver with him. Just because I was trying to figure out what I was doing myself in the meanwhile while I'm trying to raise him at the same time. So it's like,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Student to parenting, right?
Yeah. Yo, I wish Rob fixed this thing.
That's a school or institution as parents that you never graduate from. You just keep going. It's like you never graduate from it. You know, I'm a parent of a kid that's 39. I'm a parent of a kid that's 40. You know, it just keeps going.
Right. And I mean, and so that I definitely recommend if you check out Apple TV and check out the documentary. It's really well done. It really spoke to me. I enjoyed it. I finished watching it this morning. I started it last night. I think it came out on
what's it called?
Thursday. It's called Dads.
Dads.
Oh, Dads.
On Apple Plus TVZ. Speaking of Apple Plus TVZ on June TVZ. And this is kind of jumping over from other things, but Apple TV did debut their HD edition of Verzuz on Juneteenth. So you could, if you have Apple TV, you could watch John Legend and Alicia Keys in HD. We did
side by side.
Yeah, they were side by side doing their thing. I always forget that. I don't know why I think, because I guess they're from New York, that Swiss and Alicia live in New York, but they live in California as well.
Right.
I just think in my head that they should be in New York.
They should be in New York.
No one lives in New York now. I'm sure they have a house there, but
no one lives there.
It's warm weather over here.
Right, we trying to go there
all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched the Verzuz. It was a great Verzuz. I don't know why it seemed like John wasn't playing a lot of his hits, a lot of his songs. He was just doing a lot of features. I didn't understand that part. I mean,
I saw that.
He had good stories though. He had good stories in terms of how he got on. I think he's, they both illustrated and kind of told that backstory well, and you kept to keep you kind of engaged. But that young man, he don't have a stitch of rhythm.
Oh, he does not. Hers is a little bit that.
But see, I was like, is it because we're looking at it being streamed and it's a little
delayed? All he had was that good thing.
I thought maybe it was delayed a little bit.
He did stay in his lane. He did stay in his lane though.
Yeah, he never deviated.
Oh yeah, he stayed in his lane.
Even in concert, he does that. I don't know what that thing is, but it's worse.
he's kind of on the beat, but slightly hanging on by a thread.
That's why he do it. He's like, you ain't gonna be able to tell if I'm on beat.
But you could tell when he does it to every song. You know that, like,
right? That's all song, he got.
Magnificent. And doing his ballads, he's doing the same.
Right. Because I think.
Go ahead.
I think Alicia Keys played Karma. That song Karma. And she looked back and he was like tapping his feet. She took a look back at his feet one time, turned back around like, oh shit, this is off.
Right.
He was on the ones and threes.
Right. Off the beat.
Now that one song she played at the end, a good Perfect Time to Die or something like that. That thing was powerful song.
Powerful.
I don't know if it's out yet.
She got a lot of powerful songs.
Yeah, her album. I looked it up. She's got an album coming out in December of this year.
December. Wow.
Yeah, and it's on Apple. It's on Apple Tunes. I don't know if any of it can be released. I just looked it up. But her last album was 2016. She's had these 4-year gaps because before that, On Fire was 2012. So I'm like looking at her, looking at her catalog, and I'm like,
I appreciate that though. Like if you're gonna come out every 2, 3, 4 years,
make it big.
Right, and you make the album what you want it to be. You take your time on.
Rush it.
What's your favorite Alicia Keys song? Anything stand out?
If you ask me, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's all good shit.
You know what one I like that
that's cause Drake.
Actually no,
wait till is it called Tonight? Where that song I wanna find out a way to hold you.
Oh yeah.
Without you
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
That one right there, that beat.
That's good.
I like the what was it? Teenage Love Affair?
Yeah, that's good too.
That's a banger too.
Yeah.
That's back when she first came out, right?
Is that one?
Is that what Usher? No, that's that. That beat is. Oh yeah, that's my boo. Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Me and Kelly were singing out karaoke. I fucked that song. All the way up.
What kind of shoes does a lazy person wear?
What kind of shoes does a lazy person?
Loafers.
That's funny because I bought some shoes from. Speaking of shoes, I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I'm tripping all day.
Yo, why can't a nose be 12 inches?
Why?
That'd be a foot.
Because
that's a
foot.
I was like, wait a minute, it's a foot.
Yay!
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
Yes.
You
You have to
Oh,
look
no.
for Prince.
You what?
You gotta look for Fresh Prince.
Prince.
Get that nigga frozen.
I didn't know where this was going. I was going with the emoji like this.
I didn't know at first, but then when I thought about it, that's pretty clever too. I like that.
You look for Fresh Prince. That's good. I like that.
I like that
good
too.
one.
What did Delaware? What did Delaware?
What the what?
What did Delaware?
With the Delaware?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the Delaware?
With the Delaware?
I think maybe it was a New Jersey, but Alaska.
But Alaska.
Frozen.
No.
What happens when an artist has trouble finding inspiration?
What happened, Rob?
She draws a blank.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
That's terrible. Yo, Paul, this beer is weird as shit, yo.
Oh, is it?
Yo, what concert costs 50? What concert costs just 45 cents? 50 cents featuring Nickelback.
Well, that's how.
That's dumb.
Does he get a Nickelback?
That's so dumb.
It was like, we're going to get you with this one.
Though.
You lose your phone, you lose your wallet. At least you still got your keys.
Hey, at least you still got your keys.
Home message. Unthinkable. That's my joint. That's what it's called. I forget. But
How does a penguin build an igloo or build its house?
One brick at a time.
I gave it away.
Yeah.
No, glues it together.
Okay. When does a joke become a dad joke?
When it's not funny? I don't know.
When it's apparent. These are fucking horrible. They're really terrible. They're funny, but they're terrible. Like they're funny because they're stupid.
Right.
Yep. That's about it. That's about it.
Why close his eyes?
There go that track.
Drake.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Because Drake wrote it, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drake wrote I'm ready.
Because he's in the remix, right? He's in the remix.
Oh, he is.
Is he? Yeah, I think
he has a verse. He has a verse
Yeah.
in the remix. Yeah, that's my joint right there.
But if you listen to that whole song and then just listen to a Drake song, you could just hear it.
Yeah.
I'm a real big fan of people who monologue in their songs. So my favorite Alicia Keys song is "You Don't Know My Name."
Oh, really?
Okay.
You're a big fan of that?
Yeah, I love.
Well, she did the story about that. She said Kanye told her to do it. She wasn't on. She was on the fence about it.
She wasn't with it.
Yo, but I like "You Don't Know My Name" for a different reason. I like it because of the keys in that song, right? The keys are like crazy, and then it goes. You know what I'm talking about when it hit that? Oh man, that's it.
Yeah, them keys
really
are
good.
profound in that.
It's crazy. It's a really good song.
Them Alicia got keys.
Yo, she I guess that's her thing. Those red pianos. But she did the red piano on. I thought that was just when I saw her on Red Table Talk on Jada Pinkett Smith's show on Facebook. I thought that was kind of like for that set, because it was Red Table Talk. But that must be her like signature thing, that red piano. I saw that when I saw her too again.
I think that. Yeah, because when I saw her in concert, she had a red piano. So that probably is her her
look signature, her little look.
I love me some Alicia the Keys.
I'm surprised that them two haven't done more stuff together. I mean, I know they're
kind of like the same version
of each other.
Yeah, the female and male version of each other.
And obviously they were hanging in the studio.
Yeah, maybe they're working on something.
Yeah, maybe something coming. Dev, you may have said something. Who the next verse is that? Rob, you know? Anybody know who the next verse?
I don't know, but it must be big because he said it's gonna be bananas. Can't wait. That's what Swiss said.
Michael Jackson and
Michael Jackson and Prince. Michael Jackson and Prince.
I'm about to say there's a lot of talk if there's gonna be a Usher Chris Brown.
No, that'll be huge. That would be the hugest one.
Actually, it's because they went to Apple Music. It can only be one. Dr. Dre and Pharrell, baby.
That'd be good though.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Rob. Have you heard about that, or are you just making it up?
No, I just threw it out because Beats, Apple.
Swiss Beats. You out there, Swiss Beats? I know you hear it.
I only put it together because Beats and Apple Music. I was like, oh, Beats, Apple. Okay, they own Beats. Hello, Dr. Dre, Pharrell, big time folks.
There you go.
Ever since Teddy Riley went against Babyface, you can't keep that nigga off the gram now.
Oh, you cannot.
He's sitting there in his white robe. Get out of the camera. You ain't even doing nothing. I don't even want to see you in no white robe. Just sit there.
That nigga said, I'm back.
I'm back.
I saw him perform with Keith Sweat last year before last.
Don't y'all go like every year?
He did rock it, huh?
Anytime Keith Sweat come around, y'all, don't y'all go? Pretty much.
No, not me.
Okay.
Only when we was in Vegas.
That's your wife. That's your wife.
Yeah.
That's all on her.
Don't get me wrong. He can sing, but like I mean, after seeing him once, you see him. You see him once, you see.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen John Legend like 3 or 4 times, and I always it's a good time.
Always a good time.
I don't think I like seeing the same person at concert because like concerts cost money, and I already seen you. So
most of the time they're coming out with a new album, so they do the new joints and the old joints.
That's fine. Yeah. I catch them on the 10-year anniversary of
the year that Beyonce and Jay-Z did that On the Run tour. I think I was pleasantly surprised at the one we went to at the Citizens Bank Park so much that I wanted to, and I didn't know if they were going to do something special or spectacular, but I just happened to be in San Francisco or Oakland that same year in August and stumbled across some like stupid, ridiculously low tickets like on StubHub where I was able to see them at the San Francisco Giants Stadium.
Stumbled on them. You found them because you were looking.
I was looking. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, 2 tickets only gonna cost me $150 and they weren't like nosebleeds. Like, I'm like, yo, we here.
I got to go.
And so I got to see that concert twice. But I thought at the end of it, I thought they were going to do something special because the San Francisco show was the last U.S. tour for the tour. So I was like, oh, they probably going to do something Same damn show. Same damn show in a different state. But it was cool to be there, like be like, yo, it was a whole different vibe because
Right.
where San Francisco is, it's on the water. You know, people that didn't even pay to go to the concert could actually see the big Trinitron screens, like even from outside the stadium, because that's how big it was. And you know, I guess it was a different experience simply because
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
Tori said she wanted to go see freaking.
I was about to say, she want to go see J. Cole everywhere.
J. Cole like 80 times.
Right.
Speaking of J. Cole, y'all heard the new song, Snow on the Bluff?
No.
Y'all ever see that movie, Snow on the Bluff?
No. What is that?
I ain't even gonna tell you about it.
Is that the movie with the dude with the camera?
Nigga, yeah, that's the movie. Remember I told you about
stole the camera
years ago. I was
don't watch that movie, yo. Don't waste your time. Don't not. That's one of them. That's one of them Blues Brothers things.
Yo,
nigga,
I thought that I watched somebody get murdered watching that movie.
Yo, I still don't know if it's real or not. Don't know.
Yo, y'all gotta watch it.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Y'all gonna be like, yo, y'all gonna be calling the cops. Oh, sir, I just watched somebody get murdered. I think it was like 10 years ago, but
it was on Netflix and they murdered him.
Snow on a Bluff.
But the song dope?
It was interesting because I mean, there's some varying opinions because he was trying to say maybe he's not doing enough. People say J. Cole does a lot for the community and stuff like that, but he said in his words he felt like an imposter. He felt like an imposter because, and then he was talking about it was like there was a lady on Instagram talking about folks ain't woke enough and stuff like that, and he took that opinion. He took that in terms of she felt like he was criticizing him, but she might not be talking.
Was it some type of beef with some other female rapper?
No. He was just talking about some a smart, an educated, highly educated woman on Instagram talking about y'all should be already knowing this kind of stuff, and he was like, well, don't scold us, educate us, type of thing.
Yeah.
And because the people you preaching to are the only ones listening, so you got to go into the hood and speak to them in a way that they can understand, and so you can kind of like a gardener, kind of grow them, and so it was an interesting vibe. I mean, obviously, lyrically, he is a master wordsmith, but there was some very. I understood his message for sure. Sometimes people say, "Do the well, you should have been know about that kind of stuff," because I know it, but everybody grew up in the same household.
Yeah, they're not on the same level. You got to get them on your.
Right, so you got to allow them the space to grow, and because sometimes if you feel like you're being criticized, then you be like, "Fuck it, I'm not." Hey, you don't want me to learn, so I'm gonna head out.
Yo, then
I see what you did, Rob.
and then like with the other thing is that if they say. Like, I think it all boils down to how you were raised, like, is going to determine how you raise your kids and what you tell them about. Because we came up with learning about Kwanzaa and of course, Juneteenth and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't fall in that category in their family because they didn't know their parents didn't really say anything about
celebrate.
It at the time. So
they didn't celebrate a lot.
Yeah. And so it just happens that we, of course, like I always tell people, like, my mom had it easy because of her job that she was in, her profession, right?
Like, it was like
never had to have, like, she dodged the whole sex joke. I mean, the sex talk, because she didn't have to, because she threw us everywhere. Every time somebody was having an event or something, we had to go to it. And they always had the sex talk with the kids.
Right.
So it was like, she got over easy on that one.
She was dialed in. She was here plugged.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. It's like that's the type of environment that we grew up in, but it's like a lot of people didn't have that. So it's like, I understand if a lot of people don't know about it, like even some kids don't know about it because their parents didn't really know.
Right.
That makes sense. Any
history for that.
I was going to tell a time traveling joke, but you guys didn't get it.
Status. That was the most bad joke.
See, y'all didn't get it because I was going to tell it, but I went to the future and came back. Well, I thought that was remarkable. That thing is on third eye. That's a third eye joke.
Somebody thought about that shit.
High level dad status.
Shouldn't have me laughing this hard. That's
it might be the 7.4 I'm drinking right now.
Mine's this is a 12.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yo, is it beefy, yo? It's like the jerky.
It's just the crazy part is that it just tastes like a stout, but it's kind of got a little smokiness
smoke.
To it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really a
like
it smells like
more like the German beer we had.
That eight.
Yeah. Yeah.
That eight.
But it smells like beef jerky.
Oh, that's okay.
Because when I smelled it, I was like,
that is weird as hell.
Yeah. But it's not big.
All right. Anything else going on in the world that you want to talk about? I know
everything's depressing. So what can you talk about?
Yeah, it's uplifting day.
Not everything depressing. There's some good things that happen. Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of things are depressing.
I think one of the things that I really latched on to, and it has me still engaged in Black Lives Matters, for example, is something that a panelist said about a week ago. He was on a panel of people with and Oprah was also kind of leading that panel. Oh, I can't breathe.
Why the fuck did he just pop up with a mask on?
I don't know.
But let me continue.
Right, that was the weirdest shit.
One of the things that this pastor was saying.
No, don't mute me. Be safe out there.
Okay, be safe. One of the things that the pastor was really saying, and I think that really stuck with me the most is, sometimes when there's death or there's darkness or there's sadness, we have been programmed to mourn for a short while, or for mourn for the day that there is to remember a person or whatever, and then things just go back to normal, and you kind of just, the world just keeps turning and everything goes back to normal. And he was saying that, the reason why this time that we're seeing a lot of protests that are continuing and rallies around Black Lives Matter and everything like that is because let the country mourn the way it's supposed to mourn. Don't put a timestamp to it. Obviously, unlike George Floyd, who could not breathe, let us breathe. Let us use as much time as we need as possible to mourn. And we've been more or less accustomed and brain kind of controlled or brainwashed to think that, we are supposed to only mourn for this short duration. And with something that's as huge that has really started to change a lot from, now Juneteenth being a state holiday to, police officers in some states, not all cases, kneeling with protesters and just along with just trying to figure out this whole reform for police officers. So I know I said a lot, but I think that those are things that are prayers that have been coming or that have been prayed for a long time, just with prayer and change. So I think that that's some good that's come out of what we've experienced from the pandemic, followed by the riots and protests that have happened. So I'm happy to see that the country is shifting and it's changing, and it's getting a lot of the people that's kind of been sitting at the top to recognize more and be open to it, and not continue to just kind of push it under the rug or not address a lot of the imbalance.
Right.
Right. And I think it's an interesting time because because some people have, I guess, varying opinions, because you see some of the corporations trying to make changes, but then people say, well, it should have already been changed. But I mean, where do we stand? Do you want them to change it or not?
Right. Don't get hung up on that they should have been. Right.
Yeah, right. I think they were talking about the Right, because they were talking about Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and it was a third one. Cream of Wheat.
Cream of Wheat. Yeah.
So it was like and I think Mrs. Butterworth is also looking to change as well. And actually, I think some of the college football said anybody who has a Confederate flag in their game, they won't be available for playoffs, or they can't participate, or something like that. I was like, well, see, with this, so people ask why you protest. This is why you bring more awareness and really shine a light. You can't take your foot off the graph. I think it's been like 22 days of protest, continuous protest. So I mean, shout out to everybody who's still out there doing their thing. I mean, we were out in the streets yesterday doing the Saturday. Oh yeah, that was technically yesterday here. Doing the caravan, the Juneteenth caravan throughout the communities, letting people know that we're here, we see them, and just remember to celebrate Juneteenth.
Yo, shout out to all the people who saw me after the caravan, right? So after the caravan, I went about my business. I had some errands to run, and you saw how my car was decorated yesterday.
Right.
I had all types of. My daughter put all types of messages on the car. I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. Just a bunch of stuff. We had the fist on there, Juneteenth celebration on there, and people, even after the caravan, it was people blowing their horn at me, like they saw me at the Walmart. People were staring at the car, like, "Oh snap!" Like, and it's still on my car right now, parked in my driveway, and I just feel like that I'm gonna just leave it there. If the rain washes it off, that's fine. I may even put it back on there. But one thing is that I live in a historic part of Delaware, because this was like, it was a big bombing here of the first black couple that moved into the neighborhood. Their house was bombed back in the day, and now here is predominantly brown and black people that live in the neighborhood. But you still have your scattered around white people that and some of them are racist, and you know it because they just from their actions you can tell. And
have you went across the street yet and shook your neighbor's hand?
See, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, you know, so I'm gonna leave it on there, and on the back of my car, and it's pulled into the driveway. On the back of my car, it says "Still proud." I said, "Still black, still proud, and still awesome
as fuck."
Yes, exactly. And it's gonna stay there. Yeah, so you can see it.
Right. Now, all right. Well, I was about to say another dad joke, but I lost my dad joke.
I'm glad.
So I guess not.
It probably must have been the worst one. For you to lose it, it was the worst one. That was God.
Oh no, here you go. Doctor, I keep seeing an insect buzzing around me. Don't worry, that's just a bug that's going around. Don't. No. All right. On that note, being that it is Father's Day, I want to talk to the first-time fathers who are first-time fathers, and if you have any sage words of advice for first-time fathers, you can go around the horn, and if you have words of advice for first-time fathers.
First-time fathers, patience is a virtue.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
You don't know everything, but you don't have to take everyone's advice. Learn on the fly.
My favorite saying that I've coined is know when to lead, know when to follow.
There you go.
Know when to hold them. Know when to walk away.
You coined that phrase? Devin, you coined that phrase?
Yes, I did. Yes.
All I say, always say, love them and be present. No matter who they are, just you gotta love them and be present. Yeah. And I mean, just being present makes a world of a difference.
But listen,
that doesn't mean just buy them presents and think you're doing the right thing.
Right.
No, I said be present.
Be available to them.
Be present.
Somebody was like, I'm Bruce Bennett podcast. This is just buy presents.
Because in the long run, when your children are grown, they'll appreciate that walk that y'all had 15 years ago more than the game that you bought them for Christmas.
Right.
Right.
Can I share? Oh, go ahead.
No,
You were saying I know what?
From my childhood, I know that I appreciate more of the talks that I've had with my mother and my father throughout growing up than I do any gift that they ever gave me. Like the gift was the time.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to share a little letter that my son actually typed up. Now he's got a laptop. He typed me a letter, or so to speak.
He's showing off.
Hard. So, a little piece of that just shows to a lot of things we touched on today, just from being consistent, from being kind of that, being the student, being the teacher, being the role model. This is how the letter started off. I love my dad. He is the best dad in the whole world. My favorite things about him are that we bike ride, that he works, and he sings. So, and then he goes in to describe, let me tell you more about my dad. So just in that first line, without even going any further, shows me that he's watching, he's observing, and he sees my consistency even through this quarantine. I make it a point to get up from this computer, not stay chained to it, get up and every if even it is a 15-minute break let's hit it. Let's go through the neighborhood. Let's take a ride down by the pond or whatever and come back. And, it means a lot to a kid to where, hey, he's not going to know anything different if I don't show up, and if I'm not present. So that's just a little excerpt.
Yeah, for sure. That was dope. I mean, and for all the fathers, like everything, things are constantly evolving. And even fatherhood evolves as well, because, before you might have had the father that worked 9 to 5, came home, ate the big piece of chicken, and just went to bed, sat in his couch, and watched his favorite shows. But now you see more fathers are more hands-on, changing many dirty diapers.
Feeding them and everything.
Bath time, story time. So don't be afraid to get in there. Actually, you should be more in partnership with your significant other, may it be whoever it is, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, whoever it is. Just be present, be involved. My witch cock, you won't drooping down.
Yeah, and it's going slowly, and I keep watching it. It's still going.
I know. All right. Well, this is has been the 76th edition of Bruising Banter Podcast. But before we go, I need to know where everybody can be found on these social media. So, Dev, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at DevinAaron_the_great.
All right. Lou?
For all your beer needs, Lou Belgium. I'm on them Instagrams.
And you can find me, 302 Yoda, on Instagram at 302 Yoda, and on Instagram and Facebook at Delaware on Grind. Yale.
Yeah. And you can find Bruising Banter Podcast at Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts, like iHeartRadio and Pandora. And you can check us out on YouTube as well if you want to see at least my gorgeous face.
He's gonna make all the shots focus on him.
Yo, not with this sliding ass camera. That thing going down. Let's see his forehead.
It's only when I'm I make sure I'm holding it when I'm talking. So therefore, it's always in focus. Always in focus.
Why say it like that?
Don't laugh at him.
Why do you say it like
that? Your camera, you saying it's doing the Harlem Shake a little bit though.
Well, that's because I'm holding it and I'm laughing.
That nigga, that's why his body move when he laugh.
Yeah, that's me. My whole shoulders. King, 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 king.
Oh, everybody's shoulder moves when you laugh because it's from here.
I like that shirt, Yoda.
Oh, nigga, we ain't
No.
Got his shirt. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the mic. I'm going to be the freshest. And it's hard. It didn't be too hard. I'm not a sucker, so I don't need a bodyguard.
They got some nice shit on the back of it, too, but Yeah, I want my
Yo, shout out to the Fresh Fest.
Shout out to Fresh Fest is not happening this year.
I want my refund, nigga.
You getting that voucher. You getting that credit.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2021.
It give us more. You know what? This gonna give us more time to stack up our coins. We stand in a big ass mansion out there.
Yo, man, listen,
I'm speaking it right now.
Yeah, I get it, but I can't put my faith in this. And another
beef?
one happening. Yeah, it's like when, man, I don't even want to speak on it. I don't want.
You know what?
I
think
hope
it'll get resolved.
Right.
I think it'll get resolved. I think that it becomes one of those
culture.
things.
Yeah, it's for the culture and for the
lines.
beer. It's bigger than the people involved.
Exactly.
It's much bigger than the people involved.
They can't afford for something of this magnitude to fold. So without going into it, I think that the message is out. People are asking what can they do to help settle some differences. I think it'll be all worked out. We're gonna be in there.
2021, baby.
Yeah.
I see y'all at the Delaware.
Hopefully it hasn't been canceled yet, right, Rob?
It hasn't been canceled yet.
All right.
So.
We got to we play our part.
It's August
22nd. August 22nd.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This has again been episode 76.
The 76ers.
Going low.
Until next time, happy Father's Day.
Have a good week, everyone. Happy Father's Day, all the guys.
Safe travels, Lou.
Huh?